following podcast is recorded and produced by the Podcast Precinct in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com. The Podcast Precinct. Consistency, creativity, culture.
The Nostalgia Funhouse proudly dedicates all episodes in the loving memory of Connie Chirac. So, Johnny, I've been hearing really great things about this Nostalgia Funhouse. It just brings back so many great memories.
Andrew, the only reason I'm moving in line with you here is that you really vouched for this show. So I'm just going to believe you that this is the show that I've been wanting, which is just talking about all the fun stuff from our yesteryear and the years before. And I really hate anything meta, so I'm glad that what we're doing right now is not that.
Oh, no, definitely. What is meta? Isn't that Ron Artest's new name?
Well, add World and Peace to it, sure.
Yeah, but this is great. They, last year they were tearing play sets and Halloween costumes.
Well, that sounds cool.
They get these weird court recordings from pop culture courts.
Does anybody care about court cases?
These ones are kind of cool. They put Scott Kelvin on trial. Poor old Santa Claus there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, man. You know what's the best part about this is, though? Is I hear they always got a really great sponsor. You can check it out right there.
McDonald's presents a Happy Meal with the Looney Tunes. They're normal, cartoon characters. But while at McDonald's, they transform into Superbug, Wonder Pig, Taz Flash, and Bat Duck.
And all we did was change our clothes.
And now your kids get one of 4 Looney Tunes toys. Each one comes with its very own Snap-on costume with every $1.99 hamburger Happy Meal you buy. They're proud, brave, and willing to face danger.
Huh? I don't recall that stipulation in the contract.
$1.99 Happy Meal only at McDonald's.
Oh, can you hear it in my voice? I'm quite excited when I say I'm happy for a meal. We're talking Happy Meals on the Nostalgia Funhouse. I am Johnny Townsend. He is Andrew Lenz, and we are ecstatic to talk to you about the wide world of, well, we're not just going to stick with McDonald's, but kids' meals toys. I'm sure we'll spend the first part on McDonald's because they're the ones who kind of brought it to made it famous.
They're the king.
But yeah, they are the
gold standard of kids' meal toys. I would have to say that.
And they also have just a wild history of running the entire span of great, awesome, memorable toys to why do they do that? Toys.
Yes. I was actually looking at some lists and I was like, why would we want this?
Yeah. And also some controversial toys at times.
Like luggage tags. But I think McDonald's is
that's what every kid wants, Andrew. You're traveling, you're gonna want a luggage tag. I remember one Christmas, it's like, dear Santa, please bring me a luggage tag.
Would you want
then that bastard brought me an Optimus Prime instead.
Would you want the Ronald McDonald luggage tag?
Oh, more than ever.
The Grimace luggage tag.
Oh, I do like Grimace.
The bird.
Well, let's get this out of the way. Favorite McDonald's character?
Favorite McDonald's character? Grimace or the Hamburglar? I think those are tied.
That's why we're friends, because I couldn't decide between those two either.
I couldn't. And then underrated that nobody talks about McDonald's characters, the Fry Guys. Just the weird koosh looking thing. I said koosh, just so everybody knows. Koosh. That's Koosh.
I think I've seen videos of that.
Oh, gee.
Give me a second. I got to go clear my history timeline on my cell phone.
Oh, no.
That is your fault. I didn't even think that. But
with you, it's like walking through a minefield. I don't know where I'm going to step, and it just goes.
Well, speaking of Transformers, Optimus Prime, like I mentioned before.
Yes.
One of my all-time favorite toys ever I mean, I'd even put this just in toys in general. Was when McDonald's put in the transforming Happy Meal toys.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's one that was like the Big Mac, one that was the fries,
milkshake,
the milkshake. Yeah, I freaking love those things.
I think that is the greatest Happy Meal toy ever.
Yeah,
those as well. And a cool thing about Happy Meals is I don't know if you watched them. They might be on Disney Plus. There's Toy Story shorts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did see those with the sport guy.
No, this is like before him, before Toy Story 4. This is probably after 3 because Bonnie's in there.
Okay.
And there's a great one where they go to a fast food place. She brings all the toys. Buzz is there, and they're doing Buzz Lightyear toys. And they're, you know how like you get an action figure from a store and it's like, look how cool this is, and then you get it from a Happy Meal and you're like,
yeah,
like an inch tall or 2 inches tall.
Yeah.
So there's a Buzz Lightyear like that, and he's like, I want to go home with them. So Buzz gets left behind, but they have like this Wreck-It Ralph like meeting for like the Happy Meal toys that
I
get
love
left
every
behind.
minute. I gotta find this.
Okay, and you'll love it even more because each toy has like a funny pun to it. Like there's a karate deer and it's called Taekwondo. I forgot what the wizard was or anything else like that. But yeah, I would check Disney Plus.
Yeah, I gotta find that. You sold me on Taekwondo.
Yeah, like you would love the puns.
Yeah.
That would be your favorite one. Like that's still my favorite. And all it does is chop this board, and they're like, yes, Taekwondo. But they're like Toy Story shorts.
Oh man. All right. The other one that really sticks out to me too when I'm thinking about Happy Meal McDonald's toys is the McNugget kids.
Yeah.
And they would come with different costumes and stuff you can put them in. I remember they even made like Halloween ones one year, and I was really excited to get some of those. Like I got the Dracula vampire one once. I was very excited about it. I think I had the mummy one too, if I'm thinking correctly.
Yes, I had a lot of those. And I forgot about that too, is that I couldn't remember if it was McDonald's or Wendy's or something. The potato head kids. I don't know.
I don't remember.
No. I thought it was like a weird dream. So you had Mr. Potato Head. Like this is something I collected when I was younger, and I completely forgot about it. Holy crap, I forgot about those. I'm bringing that up next. But so they were like, it was like if Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head had kids. So they had like this whole thing. You didn't do anything with their face, but you switched out their shoes and like their hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
They looked like little potatoes with arms sticking out. And I remember they put those out in Happy Meals, but there was also toys. Dude, I completely forgot about these until I was looking at this list. Do you remember the Looney Tune DC Super Friends toys?
Yes, I do.
I
yes.
completely forgot about it until I was scrolling through. How great those were that they were actual costumes that weren't they actual costumes that you could like break them out of?
I feel like they were, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, and then you put like the Bugs Bunny Superman outfit on there.
Yeah, I thought so. I could be wrong.
Because I don't think that's Porky Pig. But I was gonna go by the name. I was gonna say Porky Pig was Wonder Woman, but maybe Porky Pig was Wonder Woman. I don't know what Porky Pig.
And that's up to Porky Pig. If Porky Pig wants to be Wonder Woman, then power to Porky Pig.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah. As long as you're happy and you're not hurting anybody, you be you, Porky. The one that I always think about too, and I always got excited when McDonald's would do these, they did them a couple times, was, of course, the Hot Wheels cars.
I didn't like those that much.
See, I was hardcore into making like my own little racetracks and stuff. And I would literally take my parents would get me big pieces of cardboard and I would draw roads and make a city out of it. and I would drive my little Hot Wheels cars over it. And, you know, I guess I was 20 when I stopped doing that. So it was always a good time. Like, I was joking for a second. I was like 10 when I quit doing that. But yeah.
No, 10 days ago is when you quit doing that.
Well, yeah. You got to get my creative juices out there, man.
I didn't like the Hot Wheels because I just felt like it was a normal thing.
But it wasn't for me because I got a cheeseburger too.
I was going to ask you that. Were you a cheeseburger? So obviously you were the cheeseburger, not the chicken.
I started up being cheeseburger, but then I did graduate to chicken McNugget.
And the complaint about the Happy Meal and the sauce is, once again, the honey sauce with the chicken nuggets was absolutely amazing as a child.
I've been team sweet and sour since day one.
Oh, really? I was honey, because at one point I felt the barbecue was too spicy for me.
Yeah, I am looking on this list here, and I don't remember the Muppet Babies ones, and I'm kind of sad because they look so cool.
Awesome.
They look awesome.
Those I wanted the Kermit.
How could you not want all of them? They all look great.
Yeah, they were amazing. They're up there with the Tiny Toons toys also.
Yeah, they're so cool looking. Yeah.
They did a lot of cars, I noticed. Like they did Fraggle Rock had cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've done I mean, they've obviously done Mario Kart. So they've done all kinds of cars.
The Mario 3 ones was a mind-blowing experience for me.
I'm glad we're saying Mario because anytime, thankfully they still do this from time to time where they'll do Mario ones. I always try to get as many as I can.
I was doing that with the Sonic that just came out for that. Like I saw the Sonic toys.
I don't want to brag, but I got the special golden Sonic one. That was that was like the chase of those.
Oh, yeah. I have a question for you too, as we talk about being adults with Happy Meals.
Yeah.
Do you buy the toys separate?
Oh no!
Or do you still get the Happy Meal?
I'm getting fries and some nuggets or a burger with a toy, Andrew. I'm not saying no to that deal.
Okay, I was just wondering. I know some people you can go through, and I think you could get the toy for like $1 or $2.
You can buy the toy separate, but where's the fun in that?
I used to do it at Burger King because there was this. I didn't even really watch this cartoon. I don't even know what the cartoon was about. I think it was called Cubix.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
It was some weird, I don't know, robot cube thing. But they were in the Burger King kids meal toys. So obviously me working at Burger King, I had the inside track to the toys.
Oh.
So in each one that you got, you get a special piece, like Marvel Legends or anything like that.
Oh yeah, so you can kind of build a character as you go.
So you get like the toy, but then you get the piece to build this Cubix character. Well, I wanted to build the Cubix character. I didn't care about anything else. So I used to go through and be like, oh, new box came in, cut that open, and then buy it separately.
Well, that's just smart. I mean, you had the inside deal there. Yeah. Do you also remember when I know you remember Beanie Babies being huge? What was also huge is when McDonald's did like mini Beanie Babies. And there was a store, I really remember this. And I think I saw a documentary that actually even talked about this, but there was an incident where one of the supply trucks for McDonald's crashed on a highway or something, and like Beanie Babies were all over the highway.
So
and people were stopping and running out and grabbing them on. I mean, it's like a 5 or 6 lane highway, from what I remember. Just running out grabbing these Beanie Baby toys because they all thought they were going to retire on these things. Yeah.
Yeah, you still, yeah.
Yeah, which is why I know I'm sitting on a mountain of wealth with all my Funko Pops.
You got something crazy.
Yeah, that's not like they're literally trying to bury them in a landfill right now.
Are they really?
Yes.
I'm not a Funko Pop guy, but my wife thinks I am. So, like for Christmas, she got me at Target a Target exclusive Funko Pop Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I still don't know why Luke has a red lightsaber. I think that's what I've been meaning to ask you since like December.
Why does Luke have a red lightsaber?
You know, like when we end the recording, we're like, there's something I gotta ask.
Yeah, we do that all the time.
All of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I ever asked Johnny that. Yeah, but
I didn't send me a picture of it if you think about it.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, she does that. And also she told me some devastating news yesterday that she had no idea who Mad Max was. So I'm looking once again into divorce lawyers.
Oh man.
I can't live.
Well, you're gonna hate me. I never care for the Mad Max movies.
But you know who Mad Max is.
Oh yeah, I'm very much aware. Yeah.
Okay.
The cars look cool. Yeah.
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 And you can understand the reference of, just
I do, yes. 1,000,000% get there's that weird guy playing the guitar. I got you. Yeah. Let's also kind of branch out, talk about other places that had some I have very distinct memories of in my area growing up. We had McDonald's. I was about to say Hardee's. Thank you. Yes, that's where I was going.
Great toys, and I used to see them on commercials all the time.
I have very distinct memories of they had some really freaking cool X-Men figures one year.
Yeah.
Based on the cartoon, and I was very excited when I finally got the Cyclops.
All we got was for X-Men wise that I remember is once again, I wouldn't really say it came with it, but do you remember you go to Pizza Hut and you get the little personal pan pizza and
a comic book?
You get a comic book and you can get like VHS, that's how old this is, of it, but you paid like an extra $1.99.
Yeah.
Or they did it for Land Before Time also.
And they did it for Ninja Turtles. They did all this. Yeah, you could get a VHS. And they were also, Pizza was also one who, when the Ninja Turtles went on tour.
Oh yeah, they sponsored
that. So you could
do a review of coming out of the shell.
Yes.
I think I would be disgusted. I stayed away from that. So
I think it'll be the highlight of our year.
Would we Shell? Yeah, it would be.
Shell, yeah. But Hardee's, I mean, they did I remember those. And obviously, I remember California raisins being a huge thing you could get. And I had like 10, 15 of those things.
Did Hardee's do Smurfs as well?
Yes. Yes, they did. Yes. Yeah, I remember that too.
And they had He-Man glasses, which
I remember really want to get Papa Smurf because he's my favorite Smurf, and I never was able to procure a Papa Smurf.
I figured you to be a jokey Smurf guy.
I like to not be predictable. That's why I'm not a Michelangelo guy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I don't want to be pigeonholed.
You don't want to be that guy that plays like the superhero and that's all he gets typecast as.
Yeah.
I almost. So
speaking of which,
did you almost complete a collection? Sorry, as we talk over each other.
No, that's a good question. And I already forgot what I was going to say anyway.
That's the joys of our age.
I'm trying to think. I want to say no, but I know a couple times I got close because when it comes to Happy Meals, that means you're eating a lot of fast food.
Yeah.
Right. And even though I obviously really love fast food, you can only do that so much before you're like, I'm tired of fast food.
And now that I'm thinking about it, as we get into this, because I never completed one. I almost had all the Little Mermaids, actually. I think I had like 5 out of the 6 or 4 out of the 6. But also the great thing that McDonald's did was when you walk in, the display.
Oh, I love that display. The kiosk, whatever you want to call that.
Yeah.
Yes. I have very fond memories as a kid when after church on Sundays, my grandparents would take me to McDonald's to get a Happy Meal sometimes, like once a month, something like that. And I would always run up to see what they had that month for toys and that because they would always show you what they had. And I love those things. Those display things are beautiful works of art.
Feel like Spalding from Caddyshack. Like I want this one. I want this one. I want
visions are running in my head of which toy I'm about to get and how much fun it's going to be. Yeah.
I just remembered Burger King had that one thing that you said that you really liked. What were they? Z-Bots?
I love Z-Bots.
I remember getting that because if we had to go to the emergency room, like that's when I broke, I want to say, foot.
Okay, which thing you broke? Mick Foley over there.
So I broke my foot. And what my mom would do is you go to the emergency room or whatever. I think this was a media care center or whatever. It's all the same thing. And then afterwards, take always took me to like McDonald's, Burger King, and I got a Happy Meal. It was very nice. She kind of owed it to me at that point because she was kind of like,
because she's the one who broke your foot.
No, because at first she didn't believe me because I was growing up that like they were like, oh, it's time to clean. And be like, oh, I think I like.
She thought you were the boy cried wolf
thing.
Yeah,
huh? What's exaggerating?
The boy that cried wolf story. Is that what she's thinking?
Like I'm like, oh, I tore my rotator cuff. I showed her a couple of times though, like when I broke my foot, and I told her one time I wasn't feeling good. And I felt like I was gonna puke, and she was like, because I cried wolf so many times, she was like, no, get moving, come on, we gotta get this done. And then I just puked right in front of her.
Yeah.
So then I got to lay on the couch, but I got
I
got dirty looks from the couch, and she was clean. But that's on her. That's on her.
Well, in fairness, though, like kids will go pretty far to try to get out of stuff sometimes, right? When I was in high school, my sister is 2 years younger than me. So by the time I was able to drive us to high school one year, I have a very distinct memory. And if she listens to this, she's going to hate me telling this story. But she was telling me that she didn't feel good, and I didn't believe her one bit. So she's walking out the hallway, and she just collapses, falls to the floor. And I busted out laughing at her. And I told her to get up, let's go to school. Thankfully, she was faking it, because in retrospect, if she wasn't, I would have felt like a piece of garbage. I would have definitely had to buy her a Happy Meal.
Yeah,
if it was real. Yeah,
you're going right there.
Yeah.
Do we want to get?
Oh, also, I was going to ask you this. Burger King had the kids club.
Yes, I love the kids club.
I was very happy when my mom let me become a part of the kids club.
Yeah, I don't know if this is just me not knowing my states or living so close to Canada.
Yeah.
Do you know how you send it in and it said CA on there?
Yeah.
I literally thought I was sending that thing to Canada until my mom was like, no, that's California.
Yeah.
But in my defense, I lived 5 minutes away from Canada, and it was the closest.
It was right there. Yeah.
Those were great kids meal toys too when they came out with all of them. And I want Kidvid so badly. Oh, Kidvid was my favorite.
And I just love that they would send you like in the mail, you'd get mail from them too.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that stuff, man. I really miss those days where I actually look forward to getting mail in the mailbox.
Yeah. No.
Like I would get that, or when you could actually, I do want to do an episode on magazines one time, but there were plenty of magazines that I always looked forward to getting when I was younger, especially video game ones. But man, I just missed that.
I wanted to bring up the fumbling of the bag, though, since we are on kids.
Oh, the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, let's go.
Of their first release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys.
Yes.
That out of nowhere, you're like, hey, what do kids need? How about a toothbrush holder? Or a stupid Michelangelo that when you push down his arm, he says like Cowabunga. I think the worst out of all of them is like, remembered it, even though I put it on my bike still, is the bike bag where you like can attach it to either like the front or the crossbar of your bike in there.
Yeah. I always, and it's not just Burger King who would have not good toys, McDonald's would too, but I definitely have very distinct memories of getting Wendy's Happy Meals and the toy being like, what is this?
They're a little in Wendy's defense. Okay, I've not had a Wendy's meal, but once again, children. So you get to kind of like take a sneak peek. Their toys, I agree with you, were absolutely horrible. But now they're getting, I feel a little bit better. They're a lot more like building and connect stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not as bad, but yeah, they were bad. The Arby's, I believe it was the Adventure Meal.
Oh yeah.
Those were horrible, but I'm still mad that you had a Hardee's.
Yeah, the Hardee's I have very fond memories of it. It still works today, still Still, that Hardee's is in commission today. But yeah, it's very fond memories of going to that Hardee's and getting either a California Raisin or an X-Men toy for sure.
I love the lifespan of there that we lived through the time of California Raisins.
Yeah.
And X-Men. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
very distinct memories of that. Do you remember when McDonald's, and this wasn't too terribly long ago, but I want to say it was Despicable Me toys, and that one Despicable Me, like it talked, but it sounded like it was cussing you.
Yes. Yes, my wife's aunt worked at a McDonald's. She was the manager at McDonald's, and she said that they had to confiscate all of those and lock them up into the office.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of that, also, I was really jealous of Trevor and Derek because they had, I want to say it was one of their aunts who was also like a manager at McDonald's when we were growing up. And for Christmas, she would always just save up like so many of the toys, and that's what they would get for Christmas.
Come on.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, that's so cool.
See, I used to get that from my aunt. She said it was from her boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
But she would like send some boxes, but we got toys, but this is a whole different episode. We got the submarines from the Captain Crunch boxes. I don't know if you remember those.
Yes,
put baking soda into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got those for many, many years. And we were like, yeah, I don't think at one point we were like, yes. And then after a while, we're like, we get these all the time.
Man, I do miss though getting cereal boxes and there being toys in a cereal box.
That's a whole
Speaking of lightsabers, those were you remember the spoon light up lightsabers?
Yep.
I had like 3 of those things. I love those stupid things.
So I was reading that the first Happy Meal toy was in 1979. The toys were a McDoodler stencil, McWrist wallets, small bracelets, puzzles, erasers, or spinning tops. And also in 1979, McDonald's partnered with, tell me this isn't the most greatest kid related thing. The franchise I can see, but the movie that I'm going to say, you're going to be like, what were they doing? Partnered with Star Trek, the motion picture.
Whoa. Yeah. The greatest of all the Star Trek movies.
I knew the minute you were like, oh, that sounds like, but then when I said the movie, you were like, oh.
Oh, man. It's pretty wild that the second Star Trek movie is just leaps and bounds better than that one.
Could you imagine what kid saw that? It looks like you get maybe a communicator.
Well, they've gotten in, like, I remember one year they did like Batman Returns or something like that, and they got in a lot of trouble.
Why?
Or because it was well, you won't get this because it wasn't considered a kids movie. I gotta realize who I'm talking to.
Yeah. 83 is when they began their partnership with Mattel.
Yeah, I was actually looking that up. That's when they did their Hot Wheels the first time. In 83, and those toys, like just for one of those cars is like $40 now. Just to get one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
And also what they brought back that every kid looked forward to, even though as an adult, I was like, I was really into this, was and it also started in 1986, is the buckets.
Yes.
The Boo buckets and everything.
They actually redid those this past year, and I got one of them just because I had very fun memories of it. And it's literally just a bucket with like a ghost face on it or whatever.
Yeah. I actually bought one for my son's friend because they were like playing football somewhere, and I picked them up. They're like, and before I picked them up, I went to McDonald's and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get Blake a Happy Meal. They're like, why'd you give him a Happy Meal? We're taking him right home. I'm like, well, because I feel bad because I'm picking him up and I got all this food in the car and nothing's for him. And also, every kid needs a bucket. Every kid needs to experience the bucket.
Yeah.
Do you remember Ninja Turtle cups?
I want to say yes, but I didn't have any of them. Well, there's also a history of collectible cups when it comes to fast
I
food
want to
places.
do that one. I want to definitely touch on that one.
I have quite a few of those Batmans and Jurassic Parks, and actually, heck, I still have some Star Trek ones up above me that are still in the package.
Space Jam, did you collect this? By 96, I was out of the Happy Meal game. There was no way a Happy Meal was.
Yeah, now it's getting kind of wild. I think the last before, when I was younger, the last real big thing I remember McDonald's for was Jurassic Park. When they did this big, and I always wanted to try to get the cups because they had the dinosaurs on the cups.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably the last thing I remember until I got older and I got it. And I was like, oh, they're doing Mario toys? They got to go get a Happy Meal.
Mario toys were different.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what my last one was. I think it was around Power Rangers. That was the one that I remember.
Yeah.
Power Rangers, I believe.
Go Power Rangers?
Yeah, so they got the Batman Returns cars. And there's a Robin in there. Why would there be a Robin?
He was originally going to be in Batman Returns, I think.
Really kind of angry about that. Why is there a Robin?
Yeah.
The adult
now, if he's in Batman Forever, sure, yeah. Makes sense there.
The adult of me. 88, the McNugget kids came out. Or Nugget Buddies.
Yeah.
Have any Nugget Buddies? That's kind of weird, Nugget Buddies.
My biggest sadness when it comes to Happy Meal toys is the one that got away from me, and that is the Chicken McNugget Buddy, who was also Frankenstein's monster. I was never able to get that one. That's the one I wanted so bad as a kid.
Oh yeah,
because that's my favorite movie monster is Frankenstein's monster, and that's let's be honest here. It's really because of Herman, right?
Yeah,
but I'm just being upfront and honest. It's
the old one, not this Rob Zombie version.
Oh, I don't even acknowledge that one. So yeah,
I have not finished that movie. I think not YouTube. Netflix was like, yeah, you're not going to finish this. We're just going to continue watching. I forgot about the Nugget Buddies having jobs because I do remember having the scuba diver one.
Yes, they had jobs like it was a firefighter, a cowboy. I think one was a cowboy, right? If I'm thinking correctly, had like a cowboy hat.
Yeah, it was like a band leader. I know it's not, but once again, my mind from watching like stuff from the 20s, it's got to be somebody concessions. I almost said it looks like they got a cigarette girl, but once again, to be fair, I've been watching a lot of stuff set in 1920s.
That's the roaring 20s. See, we got ourselves a cigarette gal.
The cigarette. The guitar guy looks cool with his crazy hair.
This just in, cigarette gal on the loose.
I
hide your children. They're going to get the second degree smoke if you don't put them away.
Did you have the Garfield? That's what I wanted.
Yes.
I need. See, this is why I stare at my computer when I do this, because I need to remind myself of things.
Yeah, giant Garfield fan over here. So anytime anything Garfield happened, I was always wanting to try to get one. Obviously, also you remember the Garfields that you'd stick on your car had the suction cup.
Yeah.
Paul's. That was a big thing that went around for a long time. I do want to do an episode one time on Garfield for sure. Yes. The phenomenon of Garfield.
I'd like to do collector's cups and toys inside of.
Well, I hope you're writing all this down.
Oh yeah. Man, what else was there? There's a lot of Disney stuff.
Yeah, Disney, McDonald's, and also Disney and Burger King there for a little bit.
Do you remember McMoon Tonight?
Yes, like that moon-faced McDonald's guy.
He had his own McDonald's toys.
Oh man, they thought those would be creepy, right?
They actually look kind of cool.
Well, he's sort of in the same vein as like, what's that one guy? The Max head. I can't remember his name.
Max Headroom.
Yeah, was it kind of like in that same? I feel like. Yeah, but it's like he was like literally a moon guy. His face was that of the moon,
and
he's kind of like a. I always remember like the aesthetic of the commercials was sort of a bluish hue to the whole thing for some reason. That's why it's sticking in my mind.
Because here he is driving a car.
Oh, of course, always got to drive a car
on a jet ski. Did you need him on a jet ski?
Most certainly did.
Did you need him flying an airplane?
More than anything.
A motorcycle.
Oh, you got to ride to go somewhere, yeah.
A moped or a scooter or whatever you want.
Oh, a slower motorcycle, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Or a Jeep.
Oh, now we're talking. Now we are talking.
That is him. I had no idea that somebody was like, you know what would be a good idea? McMoon Tonight Toy. That's what Burger King had. What you had to buy them is the Simpsons plush.
Yes, I was never able to get one because this was in the era of which my mom didn't want me to have anything Simpsons. I'd already gotten in trouble at school for having a Simpsons folder that said "Eat my shorts."
Oh, I'm not even gonna go my route. But these were great toys too. I forgot about these now that I'm actually like clicking on picture. They had the Bernstein bears.
Yeah, yes. I was a big fan of those.
Rescue Rangers were cool because it was a bunch of different like household items that they just mashed together to make into vehicles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then Tailspin.
Oh, Tailspin. That's another good one. That's Disney Afternoon right there. You're just going through.
That's another episode we want to talk about.
Oh yeah, I'll talk hours on Disney Afternoon. But yeah, so I mean, it's just been a great history of awesome Happy Meal toys that I kind of think they still will have some good ones every once in a while now. But I mean, you can definitely tell the quality is not that the quality was great then,
no,
but it's even less now. I feel like
I think it's because our interest in what they can manufacture, has kind of gone down. There's not the, like we just mentioned, Disney Afternoon. There's not the cartoons that they get into. We live in a very free, open market area of commercials without being commercials.
Yeah, so also you're onto something here, I think, too, because when me and you were growing up, it was not unusual for like a cartoon to debut and take off.
Yeah.
Right. And get huge. And now it seems like that doesn't really happen nearly as often.
There's not that platform.
So unless you're like already in an established IP, then it's very rare for like another thing to kind of take storm when it comes to Happy Meals for sure.
Yeah. And everything's a movie. Or unless they bring back the Hot Wheels. Like now it's Guardians of the Galaxy. Before I remember it was like Sonic.
Yeah.
Things like that. There's not an actual TV show or anything. Or they I was gonna say Star Wars, but that's movie.
See, that's what I'm saying. These are all established IPs that they know will do well when they make these toys, no matter what the quality of these toys are. Kids and adults and myself, if I'm being honest, are always gonna be like, oh man, they have Sonic toys. So of course I'm going to try to get some Sonic toys. That's because they're speaking to me.
I wish they came out with the Mario 3 toys again. I know they did an anniversary.
They did something, was it a couple years ago, where they sort of kind of went back through all their toys. I got a couple of them. I never got the transforming one, so I was very sad about that. But I did get like a couple of the McNuggets kids. And that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's just I kind of wish they would go back and revisit some of those.
I wish
those would be fun.
I wish you would have got the Muppet Baby ones. Those are like
they're so cool. Yeah.
They're top 5. They're top 5.
Are.
They're top 5.
I just never for whatever reason I don't remember ever getting any of those. They look so awesome. I definitely would have loved it because I loved that show. I definitely watched that show as a kid growing up.
Like everything's a car.
Yeah.
It's a
different
lot of
forms of car though. Like one's like a high chair, I think. One's a skateboard. Yeah, so just really cool, fun stuff.
And Mario 3's got to be in there too.
Oh yeah.
Just off your head, not in any order. Go. Let's do it.
I'll do my Mount Rushmore. I'll do 4.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna do the transforming Happy Meal toys. Yeah, that's my Abraham Lincoln on my Mount Rushmore. I gotta go with the Nugget Kids. That's another one I'm putting on there. I gotta go. Man, I really love those X-Men toys from Hardee's. I'm going to put that on there. This is my personal one.
Okay.
So I'm putting that on there, and I'm going to go for the 4th one. Man, this is tough. Oh, man. I'm going to go Mario 3, I think.
Yeah, mine is the transforming ones. I'm gonna go 5. No particular order. Transforming ones, Mario 3, because I remember being super hyped about those. The Muppet Babies, Tiny Toon Racers, and now that I saw them again, is the DC Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Side note about Mario 3. First of all, one of my all-time favorite video games, but there's a very great story that Trevor tells of he really wanted to play Mario 3. And his friend, who I think was also named Johnny, if I'm thinking correctly.
But for Johnny's, you might want to watch.
Yeah, something's weird there, right?
Yeah.
And this kid had Mario 3, and he was like, "I'll trade you Mario 3 for one of your games." So Trevor trades him RC Pro Am 2. For Mario 3. And RC Pro Am 2 was a game that we all played a lot. I really love that game. But the punchline is, out of those 2 games, one of them is worth like hundreds and hundreds of dollars now. And it's not Mario 3.
No. I think there's a certain variant, but I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't have that one.
No, it was just the original.
That is the world of kids' meal toys.
Yeah. What were your favorite kids' meals toys if you're listening to us?
Yep.
Just comment below which ones do you have really fond memories of, or maybe ones you wish they kind of bring back that you can perhaps just collect yourself or share with your children or relatives or whatever.
I wish I would have picked them up when I was older at a flea market and they would sell them for 25 cents still in the bag. Kind of, no pun intended, fumbled the bag on that one.
Yeah.
As
you pulled a Charlotte Hornet.
Yeah. Pre-internet days when stuff was like, it's a Happy Meal toy. Nobody's gonna ever want this.
Yeah.
Everybody wants it. But yep. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, merch store. All the links are going to be in the description down below, social medias, everything else like that. And with that being said, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Well, that's just in. Happy Meals.